Good ball game, Abby.
Thank you. Two
big free throws down the stretch there to put it away. What were you thinking at the line?
Honestly, my thought process is just I've shot a free throw so many times, like what's another time? So just wanted to make them for the team and help us get out of here with a win.
You want the ball in your hands in that situation?
Of course.
Yeah, very good. Defensively, other than a few lapses in the corners, I thought y'all played really, really good defense. You want to comment about that a little bit?
Yeah, I thought our team defense was pretty good. Like you said, a few breakdowns here and there, but overall, we did enough to come out of here with a win, and that's what really matters.
Now you go into conference play now. Why you get a little break? What are you going to do for Christmas?
Oh, I'm just gonna spend time with my family, my friends. Get a little reset, and then ready to get back at it.
In the first half, you guys, like last game, I think, were able to kind of set a tone early, like defensively. And I think in the second half, whenever you guys had to continue grinding it out, they kept on making runs and keep on pushing the lead back closer. How did it feel to be able to know that you guys, even in close games like your most recent game and this one, able to grind it out?
Yeah, I think something I've noticed is it's important for us to start out good defensively, and then that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game. But just down the stretch, knowing we're battle-tested kind of going into conference play, I think that's really going to help us because all those games are probably going to be full 40 minutes.
Well, this team is mostly new players. Y'all didn't really know one another much before this. How have you blended and bonded? What have you done to become a team?
Yeah, I think it took, maybe a little bit to get to know one another, but now that we're kind of, we've been in it for a few months together, we're kind of starting to hit our stride together, and I think we're playing well.
Nope. Not already.
All right, thanks.
Merry Christmas up in Ridgely.
Yeah.
Travel safe. Might be snow up there when you get there.
Yes, I do.
All right, just a couple notes really quick. Marshall led this game for 38 minutes, 43 seconds. I think in the fourth quarter, Chattanooga hit a three where Shayla came back, hit a three on the next possession. That was the only time Chattanooga led in the game. Coach Kemper here will open up with a quote.
That's a really good win against a quality team that's tough. We knew they weren't going to go away, and I'm glad we hit them with the punch we hit them with early, because when they came back, it was difficult to deal with, but it almost played out exactly how I thought it would, and then I wasn't sure if it was going to be us or them with 60 at the end, but I thought based on what we've been watching that if we played well, that it would come down to one or two possessions, and who made shots would matter, and we did just enough on offense to get there. But that's a good defensive team. They do well. I thought, much like we do sometimes, you pick what you want to give up, what you're willing to kind of die with, and try to get the ball out of the hands of the people that you think maybe can get you. And it's a hard-fought game and a really good win going into Christmas.
I thought Kia played really, really well. She didn't score anything. I don't think she had any points this year. Wow, she played great defense.
Yeah, she does that every day. Every day. There's a reason why she's out there as much as she is, and I thought, probably the thing I'm most proud of her on is stepping up and shooting that jumper, and I thought it looked good, and I think that's important that she works at it really hard, and for one reason or another, she passes some up, and I thought it was important in an important moment that she put a good stroke on it. Didn't go in, but I thought she reacted like I wanted her to, with the ball in her hands in that moment. But she's a tough kid. She's been really important when we kind of changed lineup and stuff after a couple of our scrimmages, and that kind of put her. She was playing on the wing, and we moved her into the four, and I think that's really changed our defense for the better. And that was a good offensive team that 13 can really, really play. And I don't know if you're going to ask me about Kendall, but I will jump the line. And Kendall Miller was pretty good on her, pretty special on her. And I'll go back to, South Florida almost beat Ohio State last night. And I talked prior to that game about how good South Florida was. And Kendall played like the second best three-point shooter in the country at South Florida. She only got 2 threes off the whole game. And I thought tonight her performance again was very similar to that. 13 can really go. She only got 8 shots off. And they ran, I don't know how many different things they ran for her. It didn't look like they were running that much. They ran a ton of sets for her to get shots off. And Kendall was up and through things. We had good ball screen coverage to get her off the ball. That was very, very important.
What do you think went so well for you guys in the first quarter? It seemed this season that in the first quarter, sometimes it's taking a minute for shots to start falling. But in this game, in the first quarter, you guys came out and scored 20 points and played really excellent defense. Do you feel like anything changed for you guys, or do you feel like shots are finally starting to get in? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, how games start it's very random. I mean, I get that question all the time. Like, what'd you say to start? I mean, sometimes you run everything right and you jump up there and it goes in. And sometimes you run everything right and you jump up there and it doesn't. And, and then probably, from a coach standpoint, you probably put maybe you put too much into that at times. Like, we weren't ready to play. Well, sometimes you probably are. And they just, what's a miss? It's that much different a lot. So I do know that we had Christmas last night at my house. It was the loudest my house has ever been. I thought we had a good pregame walkthrough at 11 o'clock up here in the practice gym. And, I guess it carried forward energy, but I think some of that's a little bit random. We were ready to play. I think we probably got the ball in the right spots. Some people made some plays.
Speaking of people who have made plays, once again, Abby Beeman played an all-around great game. For Shayla Scott, she played excellent again, especially in the second half. What do you attribute to, having Beeman, Scott, and Matthews, three players that didn't play last season, contribute so much offensively?
Well, we need them to do that. We need them to do that, and they're all very capable, and you see that they're fun to watch. I think something that has taken us a little bit. I talked early in the year about depth, and I think that you see that we still have depth, and we probably chased playing in a way that after we've got into this season, it's like we need to do this stuff over here a little bit more, and we didn't know that till we got in games. So I do think that we're learning them and what they're good at, and we're slowly kind of morphing into a little bit different team on offense because of the talents of some of those players that you're talking about. So the thing I like about it is I still think we have a lot of room where we could get better. And, we've got to fight harder when we get tired. There was a stretch there in the first quarter when we built a lead where there was just no stoppage of play. And I got to get them to play through that. They got to understand. I know you need a sub. I can't get one. There's no stoppage. We've got to go. And I think there's some areas like that we can continue to get better in.
And how do you feel like you guys handled Chattanooga, their ability to get to the free throw line? I saw, coming into the game, they were averaging nearly 17 free throws a game. And you guys really held them in check there, being able to not foul as much.
Yeah, that's we've actually done a pretty good job of that lately here, of not fouling. I do think we move our feet well. When we are rotating and helping the helper on defense, we're pretty good defensively. I thought in the first quarter, especially the first 5 minutes of that game, it was taking them a lot of actions at the rim to get anything that they liked, and that's how it was 10-0 or whatever it was. And we just have to learn to do that longer. But neither one of us, Chattanooga or us, is designed defensively to foul. So it's not surprising to me that we were 7 for 10 and they were 7 for 8. He's not trying to foul. We're not trying to foul. We're trying to very much contain, be very tough on the ball, force you to hit jump shots overhand. And they are not exactly the same, but similar.
What are you most looking forward to with conference play coming up?
The new, and the challenge of, since I've been here, we've never played South Alabama. We've played Appalachian State a couple times, so we've been down there. But you do get a feel for how people play, what a place is like, and we don't have any of that going into it. So I think that's really unique, and maybe people on the outside that aren't coaches don't understand that. You just kind of get a feel for how people coach a game. And, I just don't have much of that in going into this league. So that's kind of the chess match of that is challenging. We see them on film. A lot of times teams are different. In real life, it doesn't look the same as it has on film. So it's going to be fun in this new league. I've been impressed with the Sun Belt at every turn, and that's not lip service. They're organized. They are ready for us. I think they're very in tune to trying to grow basketball, and that's on the men's and women's side both. So I think we're starting from a place. I think clearly they've added teams, if you're paying attention on both sides, that are bringing a lot to the table basketball-wise. And so I'm really looking forward to starting in it and growing.
You mentioned the Christmas party. What's the team's plans and then your plans for this nice little break?
They're all going home. We're done. We had a little dance party downstairs, and then I actually missed it, which that's good for everybody. But they'll all go their separate ways. We have some that are from quite a ways away, so they'll fly, and then the majority of them will drive, and they'll have a couple days. We'll be back on the 26th. We give them the day. Basically, we come back at night on the 26th. We move a little bit. We'll put South Alabama in as far as what we're going to do for them, and then 2 days of practice, and we're off. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to relax a little bit, enjoy my kids. My children love Christmas. They're at a great age, so we'll have a lot of fun.
You had to feel pretty confident with Abby at the free throw line there late, didn't you?
I felt pretty confident with both of them, and that was it was good to get there. We had struggled to get in a spot that I liked late in the game. I think the last possession that I was really happy with was maybe we got a little ISO for Rowe. She got to the rim and missed, but it was good play. And then after that, we kind of missed just slightly on executing things, and we just didn't quite have it where I wanted it. So it was good to get some stops and misses and get to the free throw line. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, same to you guys.